One more big round of applause for Sam Lewontin, Everyman Espresso, New York, New York.
How you doing, man? Good to see you again. It's a pleasure as always. Good afternoon. I'm Sam, and it's my pleasure to be here with my dear friends at Everyman Espresso and Counterculture Coffee. I have a beautiful coffee to share with you today. It's a washed coffee from the Mpemba washing station in Burundi. And before we get started, I want to ask you guys, you drink a lot of coffee. What do you think a washed coffee from Burundi should taste like? Now, in front of you, you're each going to see an envelope labeled with one characteristic of this coffee. So we have aroma, acidity, flavor, and finish. Go ahead and open your envelopes. Inside, you're going to find a card. On each side of that card is one possible expression of this characteristic of the coffee. So go ahead and choose the one that you think is going to best represent what you'll find in the cup today and lay it on the table right here in front of me. Got it? Great. You can do that. Let's get the runner to get these envelopes. Awesome. Thank you. Let's begin. I love coffee. And like a lot of people in this room, I can trace that love back to certain flavor experiences, certain epiphanies that really open my eyes to everything that coffee can be. One of my favorite things about serving coffee is the opportunity to create experiences like these for my customers. So today, I want to take a look at how that's done. And while I get started on that, I'm also going to start you some cappuccinos. So the first thing that we need to create epiphanies for our customers is accessibility. We need to make drinks that they want to drink. Milk is super accessible. Its main flavors come from sugar and butterfat. And who doesn't like sugar and butterfat? So when combined with coffee in the right ratio, that sugar and butterfat lend coffee some of that tasty accessibility, while framing those flavors that make the coffee itself so distinctive. So to me, the cappuccino is pretty close to that perfect ratio of coffee and milk. And in these, that sugar and butterfat gets spun into a wonderful caramel sweetness, with the espresso providing flavors of ginger and cocoa. We've got some cappuccinos here. All right. Got one for you, ladies first. Enjoy. And one for you. Enjoy that. I'll be right back with that second set, guys. right, we got a second set of cappuccinos for you guys. Again, we're looking for that caramel from the milk, along with ginger and cocoa from the espresso. All right, one for you. Last but not least. Got one for you. There you go. I'll be right back. All right. So the next thing that we need to create epiphanies for our customers is confidence in ourselves and in the coffees that we serve. The kind of confidence that I'm talking about comes from a deep and nuanced understanding of both the product and the process of coffee, and it frees us to share what we do without being afraid that our customers won't be able to follow where we lead. So on that note, I'm gonna go start you some espressos. Now I know this coffee really well. I know that it's a blend of the Jackson, Barista, and French Mission subtypes of the variety Bourbon, with each lending its own voice to a chorus of fruit flavor and a deep, multifaceted sweetness. I know that it's eco-pulped, and that in comparison to traditional fermentation and washing, this has the effect of balancing that acidity while amplifying the sweetness that you'll find in the cup. And I know that on this espresso machine, with these portafilter baskets and using this grinder, I can best express those characteristics at a brew ratio of about 1.7 to 1 in an extraction time of about 25 seconds. But perhaps more importantly than any of these, I know all of this well enough that I don't need to tell any of it to you when I serve you this coffee. Because I know that when I say that in a cup you're going to find flavors of orange and caramel and ginger and a mouthfeel that is round and silky, that these things are true, that you will find these characteristics in the cup, and that you'll be able to follow along as this espresso tells you its own story without any further assistance from me. Judges, your espressos, please enjoy, especially in that second sip where those flavors are really going to gel. One for you, and last but not least, enjoy. I'll be right back. All right. So finally, to create epiphanies for our customers, we need the element of surprise. In order to open our customers' eyes to everything that coffee can be, we need to subvert their expectations of what coffee is. So for my signature drink today, I'm going to serve you something that's going to put you in the shoes of somebody who is tasting a coffee like Mpemba for the very first time. So I know what you expected this coffee to taste like. You expected a spice aroma. You expected an apple acidity. You expected fruit flavors and a sweet finish. Now, instead of playing up those characteristics in the coffee, I want to subvert those expectations. So instead of a spice aroma, I'm going to give you a citrus aroma. Instead of apple, an orange acidity. Instead of fruit, caramel flavors. And instead of a sweet finish, a spicy finish. So I'm going to go get some ingredients for this. Now, what I'm about to serve you is one of 16 variations of this drink. If you want to try a different one, come and find me at Everyman Espresso in New York and I'll whip one up for you. All right, now I'm going to start this drink backwards, starting with that spicy aroma. Sorry, that spicy aftertaste, my apologies. For that spicy aftertaste, I'm just going to mist each glass with a ginger syrup so that you taste that ginger just at the very end of the drink. All right, so next, I want to mix that flavor and that acidity. For that caramel flavor, I'm going to use a date syrup, which is made from fruit, but has a lot of the flavors that we associate with the Maillard reaction, which is the browning reaction that gives caramels those flavors that we love. And for that orange acidity, I'm going to use a 5% solution of citric acid, which is the organic acid that gives oranges their distinctive tartness. All right, now that we've got all that together, I'm gonna go get some espressos for this drink, and I'll be right back. Thank you. All right, judges, got the espresso portion of the drink here. I'm just gonna stir all those flavors together before I pour them into the glass so they're nice and integrated. All right, now I'm gonna finish this drink where your experience of it will begin with that aroma. For that citrus aroma, I'm just gonna rim each glass with a thin slice of fresh orange peel so that you smell that orange, but you don't necessarily taste it in the cup. Thank you. All right, judges, for my signature beverage, I give you a glimpse into the experience of coffee as an epiphany. An experience which is accessible, which is subversive, and which I'm confident you'll find delicious. My only instruction is that you please drink the whole thing so that you get the full force of that aftertaste. Enjoy.
Cry for someone else.
All right, judges, I hope you've enjoyed this glimpse back at those epiphanies that brought so many of us here today, and that you've had nearly as much fun today as I have. Thanks so much. Time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Lewontin, Everyman Espresso, New York, New York.